Hey guys. Okay, so if you forgot, we're doing the next couple weeks until the end of the Diamond Code training. We're just doing the 2 hours. So Coach and Emerald call on all of our mentor calls. So what questions you guys have with whether it's about Ultimate Portion Fix, whether it's about ways to nail down Success Club for the end of the month, what questions do you have? No questions? I know it always starts out slow. Micah, Ashley, do you guys have anything specific to just bring up?
Sorry, I was trying to mute myself. Do you guys want to talk about Ultimate Portion Fix and making sure they're leveraging that and how they're talking about it and giving them ideas around that?
Yeah, I think that's good. Because actually the more I've gone through the videos and stuff, this program is super solid. And I don't know. I feel like with the 2B Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix, we literally have a plan for anybody. And with the Ultimate Portion Fix, you have the 3 different options doing the functional fix, you can do the carb cycling, you can do the time nutrition. So it literally, you guys, we have something for everybody.
For real. And if you don't educate yourself around it, you're going to have a really hard time talking about it. So that's the first thing. And I know lots of you guys are newer coaches and you're like, I'm doing 2B Mindset. I don't want to get that. But you guys, I'm 2B Mindset obsessed too. And I was kind of like, how am I going to kind of switch gears? Because I've been all about 2B Mindset for months and months and months. But there's so much value in Ultimate Portion Fix. It's equally amazing in its own right. They're very unique programs. And I feel like it's not a hard line. You don't have to just do one or the other. And I talked about this in the Nutrition Info group. I very much do both programs. I utilize both programs in my own way, what works for me. And that's, I feel like, what is so valuable for you as a coach to learn and to go through these programs and to understand them, is that then when you're talking to your clients, you're talking to your prospects who are saying, I struggle with A, B, and C, you can with confidence say, okay, girl, this is the game plan that's going to be best for you because of this. And if you're not educated enough to talk about either program, then that's going to be really hard to talk to your people with confidence, right? So just the sooner you can go through that, I get that there's a lot with the info videos and with working your business and life and all that stuff. There's a lot, but you guys, if this is important to you, you'll find time to fit it in. You'll find time to wake up 30 minutes earlier and do your nutrition course. Pretend like it's actually your job, because it is. Go through your nutrition course, learn more about it, implement it, talk about it in your stories, share what you're loving, share what you're learning. That is what breadcrumbing is. And that's when people are like, wait, you just said sugar addiction? Sign me up. I have sugar addiction. You need to start talking about the pain points that all of these other people are struggling with and letting them know, I'm here too, going through this, I'm learning, I'm implementing, I'm on the same journey that you are, and let's do this together. And so just if you dive in and you do it, that is going to make your job way easier to actually talk about it and promote it and help other people through it. Does that make sense?
And Megan had a question. How do you help your challengers get results? She had a discount code quit this week. She was wishy-washy in the first place, but how do you personally support your challengers? And that's all you can do. Be their biggest cheerleader, provide them, make sure they're plugged into the on-demand, to the meal plans. Because you guys, literally a challenge pack is everything that somebody needs to start with their journey. You can't do it for them. But I also think if you're leading from the front, be super open about sharing your meals, sharing you working hard, and at some point they're going to follow that lead. But if you're not showing that, then they're going to think that other people are kind of just getting results by not really doing anything. But I would just, and yeah, like Mike always says, pour belief into them that they can do it. But there's no tricks to doing that. It's just making sure that they are plugged in, checking in with them. We all have coaches quit and it's not fun. But we can't do the work for them. You can't go to their house. You can't do the workout for them. I wish we could, because we'd have probably a bigger team of people that continue to get results. But So she also asked you message them a certain amount a week, and it's totally up to you. For a long time, I would message, I had like on Mondays, I would message my challengers, privately message them. And then on Tuesdays, I would message my coaches. So if you have if that's easy for you to remember, hey, Mondays, I'm going to check in with everybody. On Tuesdays, I'm going to check in with all my coaches, then do that. And lots of times they don't reply. But at least you know that you did your part, that they know that you're there for them. You can help answer their questions. And lots of times, even when I tried, now I kind of check in with 2 coaches or 2 challengers privately a week. And I'm lots of times checking in with people that I don't always see posting and showing up in the challenge groups, because lots of times those are the people that, not always, because there's people that are doing their stuff but just don't post. But a lot of times if they're not active in the challenge group, that means that they're kind of taking a step back. So that's, really.
Another tidbit. If you are running your own challenge group in the Tracker app, you can go into the portal and you can see, even if they're not checking in with their workouts, on the page, some of my girls will check or will unselect the share to group. So I'm you're never in there, but I go to their log and they're logging their workouts and they're logging their shakes, and it shows you on the calendar. And so I make sure, and I just barely started doing this because I'm slow, clearly, but I just started doing this and seeing, okay, these are the girls that haven't been in there for a week and a half. They haven't logged anything. And then you can message them through the app in 2 seconds and just be like, hey girl, just wanted to check in. You've been quiet around here. I wanted to see how you're doing. Let me know if you need anything. I'm totally here to help you in any way. That alone makes me want to never run a group on Facebook again, because I was like, this is so easy. This makes our job as coaches so easy to provide that accountability and support. And that's what they need, right? Even if they're not engaged and active and showing up, they need to be at least logging their stuff for the accountability aspect, to track their stuff, to show up for themselves. And so if they're not at least doing that, that's when you can go through every Friday. You can even select it so that the same message goes to 8 different people. And it just says, hey girl, just checking in with you, want to see how you are. And it goes to all of them individually, and they would reply, and it would go back to your email. That would be so easy to create consistency around checking in with your girls on a weekly basis without driving yourself crazy and being like, I'm babysitting, I'm this, I suck, I blah, blah, blah. How do I do this? Just creating consistency around that. And you could even send a Monday message, personally, hey girl, new week, new goals, let's crush this. Just something super simple, little personal tidbit that helps them know she actually cares, she's there for me. And what I found is when my girls go quiet, it's because they're struggling. And I'm like, girl, when you're struggling, that is when you need to reach out. That is when you need to talk to me. That is when, I don't know how to help you if you don't tell me how you need to be helped. And so that's why they're quiet. It's generally not because they're just crushing goals on their own. Every once in a while, you will get a rock star that's like, oh, dude, I'm killing it. I'm just doing it on my own. Every once in a while. Most of the time, they struggle. They fall off track. They feel terrible. They go quiet. They're embarrassed. They don't want to tell you they fell off track. And that's when it's our job to reach out and be proactive and be like, girl, I love you no matter what. That's what I'm here for. Talk to me. What are you struggling with? What can I help you with? So yes, we're coaches. We're always coaches. We need to figure out how to do that with what works for us. And the Tracker app, you guys, makes it so dang easy. So if you're a newer coach and you're like, well, I'm not running my own group yet, I'm plugging into my uplines, that would be reason enough for me to be like, I'm going to put my big girl pants on and I'm going to figure out how to run my own group. Even if you have 3 or 4 girls, it kind of makes you take ownership. It makes you kind of step it up a little bit and be that leader and be that coach that they signed up for. And it just holds you accountable to, I don't know, just kind of stepping into that role. And that's a really, really empowering role. And once you feel that and you're like, oh, I can do this, then it gets a lot easier to talk about it. And you can share the little snippets from your group and you're actually running it, and you'll feel just more empowered to do more. So the sooner you can do that, I highly encourage you to just plug in for the first month. Make it easy as you're going through the training. Don't overcomplicate your, like, everything. Plug into your coaches for the first month, support them in there, love them in there, show up for yourself, and really get on track with your own journey. But after that, you guys, branch off, do your own thing. It's not hard. It's not scary. If you need help, ask your coach. It's really not hard. And then you'll be like, game on, I can do this. What up? Sarah said she's scared. It's seriously not scary at all.
No, and like team up with if you're going to branch off and do your own group, team up with like 2 other coaches that are kind of in the same place that you are, so that you have a couple people. But it's always good for your people to see you posting and doing those things, because then they're going to look at you as more a leader for the group instead of always just plugging your people in all the time to your coaches stuff. So team up with people so that you don't have like just a couple of people in there.
Yes. Kelsey said, how do you set someone up for a challenge pack when they don't know what program they want to do? I'm trying to chat with one of my girls to find what she might like best, but it's hard to get that out of her. My girls never know what program they're going to do before they start with the pack. BOD has every freaking program. So it doesn't matter what program they're doing. Unless it's like early access, obviously they would have to get that pack to get the VIP early access. But if it's just a normal program or whatever, we're figuring out which nutrition plan they want to do, and then getting them the nutrition plan BOD Shakeology or nutrition plan BOD Performance Line pack. Then we can be like, hey, what are your goals? What do you want to do? Da, da, da. And then 99% of the time, I start my girls with 21-day fix. No matter what they say. I just feel like 3 weeks of just really, they can get results. It's simple. It's 30 minutes. It's a solid foundation. I want like the majority of my girls to start with that, and then we branch out after that point. So that's what I would recommend. But you can set up their kit and everything before you know which program they're going to do. Yes. What else, you guys? Who's his Success Club so far? You're close. Close. Megan's close. I love it. Let's do it. We've got a week left. A week left. So I don't care if you guys are at 0. You can find at least 3 people. So make sure that you guys are being intentional. I shared from the Diamond Code training, I talked about posting in the training yesterday. And I shared that in our team pages. So it's in the main team page. It's in my PS page. Make sure you guys watch that, because I feel like it's such a, almost like a duh topic. Like it's like common sense. If you want to grow a business and you want to actually help people and you want them to know what you're doing, you need to be sharing your journey. But how many people don't do it, or wait for freaking ever, or only post on certain days, or when it's convenient, or whatever, or struggling with knowing what to share? So I talked about the importance of it, what to share, what to talk about, all that stuff in that training. Go watch it, because you guys need to, from an early point in your business, you need to understand that posting is essential. And not just posting to post, but posting with intention and purpose. And there's a rhyme and a reason behind what you're sharing and what you're doing. And when you have groups coming up, you're breadcrumbing. There's strategy behind everything we do. And that's what we're teaching you. And that's what hopefully you're seeing. Okay, well, if I have a group starting on the 1st, if I have a group starting on the 25th, which if you're doing Ultimate Portion Fix and you're promoting that, you should be starting it not on the 1st, because they need time to go through the videos, right? You should be having it probably open now for them to get going. But I have my group starting day 1 of prep on Monday. So you guys leverage that. If you don't have anything to invite to right now, make that your thing. From now until Monday, you're going to find at least 3 people to do the UPF program with you, to get started, to get their kit, to get going. And you have to have that start date and that deadline to create urgency and excitement and hype, to be breadcrumbing what you're doing, and share that you have a group, and share that you want to help people with whatever, and do some polls on Facebook and find out who struggles with sugar addiction. Just bring people out of the woodworks. Who struggles with volume eating? Who eats way too much? Who undereats? Who blah, blah, blah. Find just what people struggle with when it comes to nutrition. Who has no idea how to even eat clean? Who has no idea what food group? Like, you would be surprised what people just don't know, what they just don't know how to eat healthy. And this program simplifies it so well. So just kind of bringing out those pain points and doing polls around it, not like who wants to join my UPF group, who's ready to sign up, who's ready to get started, but just questions that bring people out of the woodworks to identify who struggles with what. And then you can open that conversation. Say, hey girl, I saw that you struggle with sugar addiction. Dude, me too. Like, I'm finally taking control of it. I'm finally learning how to combat that. And I'm doing this program. Like, is this something you'd want some info about? Do you want to get it under control or whatever? And you're just opening that conversation with an invite to learn more about what you're doing. And then you can generate combos and stuff from that. But you're not like, I'll have a lot of my coaches that are like, no one responds to polls, or I'll get like one response and I'll go to their poll and it's like, who wants to join my boot camp? And I'm like, no, don't do that. It's just a simple question that's not scary. It's risk-free to answer. It's just simply learning more about your people, and the people that answer that they're struggling or that they whatever, you're then opening the door of the conversation behind the scenes, right? So hopefully that helps. That's honestly how I generate lots of interest every single month. I just do the same old basic stuff that we teach you guys. Good, Trisha. Kelsey, thanks for answering my question. That's super helpful. Sorry, I'm at work. You're good. Okay, anything else, guys? Nothing.
Who all in here has the Ultimate Portion Fix themselves? You guys all have it? Okay, because I was going to say, it's really hard to talk about it if you don't personally have it. So invest in it, you guys. Even if you're a 2B lover, invest in getting this so that you have the knowledge to talk to people about it. Promise it's worth it. And shoot, if you like work outside of your house, that insulated bag is money. Like, it's not huge. I always am like thinking, I wish I had this when I was in school. I would have the best lunches ever. So yeah. I think I'm going to do a giveaway about it. Yes, the certification. And do the certification, honestly. I think Autumn is super knowledgeable, and she is very, I don't know, businessy. She knows what she's doing. Okay, no other questions, you guys? If not, we'll let you guys go and you can just get to work. All right. Okay, well, yeah. And yeah.
No call next week because we're going to be on the cruise. So it's just time to get intentional, focus, create urgency around your group. You guys, there's like so many things you can be doing, but hitting Success Club and actually helping people get started with resources and with their tools is your job for the next 9 days. That is your focus. That is your, like, whatever you're doing, you are, yes, Ashley said utilize the Pick Your Path group. Like, we basically did the work for you. You just have to plant the seed, find out who struggles, get them plugged in, and be like, let's get you learning about these nutrition programs. This is what I do. This is what's helped me. And then we can figure out which game plan's best. But make sure if you get them in there, you follow up with them. You make sure that you don't just plug them in and expect them to be like, hey, I'm ready to go. This is what pack I want. Like, you need to then follow up and say, what did you think, girl? Do you have any questions? Blah, blah, blah. And then take it from there. Okay. But that group is money for sure. Ashley, yes. Love it. All right. Let's wrap it up. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, but hopefully before then, we see your Emerald shout outs. We see you on the Success Club board. Like, you guys, if you want to make this work, those are the things that need to happen next. You need to hit your first milestone. You need to open your business so that you qualify for the residual income and team cycles and the leads and all of the cool stuff that comes once you're Emerald. And then Success Club is just that non-negotiable. That if you're really, really wanting to do this and you're treating this like a business and you want to make an impact, Success Club has to happen every month. Non-negotiable. makes you just accountable to doing the little basic essential things that we need to do anyway. So make sure you're like super intentional these next 9 or 10 days, however many days are left in the month. And I'm excited to see all your shout outs. All right. Okay. Talk to you guys later.